Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Hope all of you are viewing my videos and you are sharing the videos and you are writing comments in my channel. If you are not doing it, please do it. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe it. If you have already subscribed it, share it to you share it to your friends, correct? And please write comments, correct? So that is what is my request. Yes, let us go ahead with the next topic. As you remember, the last topic we discussed was about the principles of management, the 14 principles of management given by Henry Fayol, right? So we discussed about that, and you must have learned the 14 pillars of management, correct? So how important it is, one, to lead life systematically or to manage the organization systematically. Now, from that, as from the beginning, I am telling you, management is a skill. All of us should have these skills. So now let us discuss about the managerial skills. What are the different types of skills a manager should have? To be successful in his job, what are the different type of skills a manager should have? So let us discuss about that now. So the today's topic, what we are discussing is managerial skills. So as a manager, you must be knowing there are different skills you should possess, right? For example, if you have joined in an organization, you have joined as a production manager. So what kind of skill is required? For production manager, you have to ensure that products are being produced as per the specification. Quality check has to be done. So a lot of technicalities are involved. So the skill you need at that level is technical skill. Then you have joined as HR manager or you have joined as a leader, right? Where you have to manage a team of people. So what kind of skill you need to have? That is the human skill, right? Then if you grow up in the ladder where you have lot of data is being provided to you and you have been asked to take decisions, then you need a different kind of skill that we call it as conceptual skill. So basically, and along with that, you also have leadership skill, communication skill, and design skill. So the topic what we are discussing now is managerial skills, which can be broadly classified in two categories. One is primary skills. Primary skills are those skills. Without those skills, no manager can sustain in his post, and no manager can perform his activities properly. That we call it as primary skills. Then come the secondary skills. Secondary skills are those skills which are also important, correct, but not as prominent as the primary skill. So first focus on this, because if these are not there, you cannot be able to manage things. If primary skills you have, but you're lacking in secondary skills, that you can always update yourself and you can improve on. That is why it is called as secondary skills. So as the name says, let us start the different types of skills here. So the first one, conceptual skill. So conceptual skill is basically your mental capacity, correct? Your mental capacity to develop plan and strategies for the company. Your maturity, your mental maturity, your mental capacity to understand the problem, correct? Then define the problem, analyze the problem and give the solution to the problem. That skill is called as conceptual skill. Very important skill, students, which involve a lot of thinking and lot of conceptualization and lot of maturity is required, correct, to have this particular skill. Because when you are a manager, you have to take decisions. See, the research finding says that 60% of the manager's time is in taking decisions. So he has to be very good in taking decisions. When he's taking the decision, he'll be provided with lot of data. This conceptual skill will help you to analyze this data and take up the decision based on the data. Correct? For example, correct, my marketing manager will give me the data about demand forecasting and marketing situation in Bangalore. And he tell me how many units I can place an order to manufacture based on this condition. So as a manager, I have to take the decision here. So what is the condition in Bangalore? Correct? And what is the total quantity which is the demand forecasting department have prepared? And what is that, correct? How much quantity we require to have? So I have to use my conceptual skill. The manager have to use conceptual skill, apply and able to determine the quantity to be produced and place an order for production department to start with manufacturing based on that requirement. So that type of skill which involve mental ability, correct, mental capacity, and which is required for developing strategy, vision, and plan, we called it as conceptual skills. And these skills are required at top level management and middle level management. Lower level, rarely it is useful because then most of the people will be working on machines, are working on lower level jobs, so they may not require this skill to a larger extent. But of course, top management should be blessed with this skill. Then you have the second type of skill that we call it as human or interpersonal skill. This is very important. See, we talk about teamwork. See, gone the days when individually people used to perform and individually people used to improve. I totally agree, these things used to be there. But gone the days. Today nothing like that is there, correct? Today most of the things happens, correct, because in team. Maybe you're extraordinary performer in individual, but team you cannot work properly. You can't get along with the people properly. Trust me, getting success in any kind of job is very difficult because 21st century is all about team. Is all about teamwork. You should get along with the people very easily. You should understand them and you should make others understand you. You need to be aware of yourself. You need to be aware of others as well. The social awareness is very important now. So the skill which is required here is human or interpersonal skill. This will help you to understand people and to interact with them very effectively. And these skills are very important in an environment where people feel secure, correct? If you are working in team and all of you will feel safe, yes, all of us are working towards the organization goal and all of us are giving our best. So that kind of scenario will be developed here if you have this skill. If you don't possess this skill, you can't get along with the people and you can't to work with any one of them. You work in silos, you work as an individual, but team you don't want to work. Trust me, the such kind of employees surviving in present scenario is very very rare. That is why all the managers are required to have this skill, correct? The skill where they should get the things done with the people as well as through the people. If you know the people, you can delegate the task to them and make them do. If you know the people, you can work with them. So very important skill, one should have this. Then the third type of skill is technical skills. I told you, technical skills is the knowledge of a particular discipline to attain the end. For example, correct, if you're working in, if you're a blue collar employee and working in production department, you should know how to operate in the machine. If you are working as a correct or if you are in charge for taking care of computer lab, then you should know what are the how to install software and how to administer the equipment there. You should know all those things. That is skill, we call it as technical skills. So these skills include the knowledge, abilities and proficiency in activities involving method, process and procedure in relevant field. Like maybe engineering, or if you are an accountant, you should know tally, correct, and you should know how to write double entry, correct, how to write double entry in the ledger, or how to write ledger, how to write cash account. You should know cash book, all those things you should know. And manufacturing you should know. So a technical skill, we call it the lower level skill where people need it to perform any activities. Then comes the next skill that we call it as design skill. So what is design skill? Students, you must be following me. So what we have done is we have completed the primary skills. What are the three types of primary skills we had? The first one was conceptual skill, second one was interpersonal or HR skill, and third one was technical skill. That ends your primary skill. Now I am moving on into the second type of skills that we call it as the secondary skills. The first skill under that is design skill. So what is design skills, correct? As the name says, the design skills yes. Yeah. Once again, so design skills are those skills that enable the manager to handle and solve any kind of unforeseen or actual problem that may crop up in the organization. Such problem could arise due to internal factors or external factors or both. So the problem solving skill, we call it as design skill. Children, all of you should be the best in solving the problem. We want people who can solve the problem. We don't want people to tell problems. If anyone comes and tell, in the corporate what happens now is, if any one of us problem, we go and tell the problem, they'll get annoyed. They say, you have solution for that? Tell me. Let's talk about solution. Don't give problems. So all of you as a managers or as an individual, learn or stop talking about the problem. Rather than that, he spend time in finding the solution for the problem that everyone will like, everyone will appreciate. When you have a problem, find a solution. Then go to the boss and tell, look boss, this is the problem I have. This is the solution I thought. If you say, okay, I can go ahead with that, then people will really like it. That type of skill is called as design skills. That is why nowadays a new course have come, that is design thinking course, correct? So basically we are trying to inculcate the design skills among the students where they learn to analyze the problem and to solve the problem. Very important skill in 21st century because most of the job involved now is very creative, very innovative job. That is why what is happening is the design skills have become very prominent. Then the next type of skills what we have is, yes, communication skill. See, without this skill, no manager can be successful one. When you say communication, don't think I'm talking about a very high-fi English, correct? So it is not that, children. It is all about, my ability to convince my ideas to the other person. Let it be any language. Whichever language your subordinates understand, let it be the local language. If people are familiar, wanted to speak in Hindi, yeah, put forth your idea in Hindi. Or in Kannada, put forth your idea in Kannada. Absolutely no problem. I'm not talking about the command over the language here. Command over the language is different and communication skills is different. Communication skill is the ability to exchange ideas and information effectively. Correct? To understand others and let others understand comprehensively. I should listen to others. I should make them listen to me, and both of us should exchange in some facts and figures. That is what is called as communication skill. Very important for manager. Nowadays, all of you will not have patience. If you tell something, you say, "Ma'am, I don't want to listen, ma'am. You please be very precise." Correct? So your listening abilities are going down. That should not happen. To be a good communicator, you should have very good listening abilities, then you should have very good convincing abilities, then both of you should be able to talk, correct, in a manner where both of you are understanding each other. So that skill is very important for manager. Communication skill. Then leadership skill. This is very important. See, all managers, correct, may not be the leaders. Correct? So, only few managers will become leader. But otherwise, see, you have been appointed as a manager, you will remain as manager, absolutely no problem. But how many managers becomes leader is their own personality. Correct? That is why leadership skill is very important. See, managerial job is just completing the task assigned to him. But leadership is not that. Leadership is inspiring and influencing people, correct, to change their behavior is what a leader will do. And trust me, leader need not have to be manager. He don't need any designation. To become a leader, one does not require any designation. But to become a manager, you need appointment, you need designation, you need unity of command, all those things. But a leader, anyone can become a leader. See, something is happening on the road and one person take initiative and try to influence your behavior, he performs the role of leader immediately. Correct? So leadership skill is very prominent nowadays. So all of you try to work on your communication skill, then work on your leadership skill. This is going to take you in a long way. Correct? So these are the different, all type of skills I have taught you students. I am just taking back to you to this. Primary skills, 3 types of skills. Then you have secondary skills, 3 types of skills. So totally 6 types of skills a manager should have. Now, how this, as I told you, technical skills we need at lower level. Conceptual skills we need at top level. Correct? So I told you that based upon the level of manager, you are going to have the skill set also distributed accordingly. Correct? So skill distribution at various management level. Now here I have to introduce you to one more topic that is called as levels of management. Right? Levels of management. There are basically three levels of management we have. Correct? The first one is the top level management. Correct? Then middle level management and supervision or lower level management. Can you see here, students? I have just drawn one diagram here, and in the y-axis I have given the three types of management level. So top level management are the owners of the business, or maybe the vice president of the company, or CEO of the company, or president of the company, those who are the main body of decision makers. They are called as top level management. Middle level management are all departmental heads. I have production department, I have marketing department, I have HR department, I have a design skill department, I have so many departments. Each department is headed by one individual. That I called it as middle management department. Then comes the third one, that is the lower level management, which is also called as supervision department. It's for example, let me give you an example. The supervision department is people who are working on the machines. Correct? That is called the lower level department, and you have supervisor to supervise that. Correct? Middle level management, the production manager, whom the supervisors are reporting. And production manager in turn is reporting to the owner of the company or managing director of the company or CEO of the company. That becomes the top level management. Top level management spend most of the time in thinking. So the skill they need is conceptual. Conceptual skill is required at highest level. Correct? If you see this line what I have drawn, correct, the conceptual skill supervision is very less. You observe it from the down x-axis to correct x-axis. You see from down I have drawn one line. That means supervision conceptual skill is very less. Top level management conceptual skill is more, and middle level management it is 50%. Human skills, the quantum of human skill is only skill which is common in all the three levels, and the importance of the skill holds good for all the three levels of management. Interpersonal skill, human skill is not there. You cannot work in any level of management. That's very, very important. Then comes the last one, the technical skill. You can see here, maybe CEO don't know how to run the machine. No problem. Technical skill he need not have to know. What skill he needs is conceptual and human, and this he can have less. But I have joined as a blue collar employee, maybe as a driver for the trolley, correct? And maybe the operator of the machine. If I don't know how to operate it, then I am not suitable to work for that job. So that level of skill, we call it as technical skill, and you can see supervision level, the technical skill is more required than in any other level. Able to understand, students? Hope you are able to get the skill set for managers. So you wanted to become manager, or you wanted to manage your own profession, let it be any profession, or you want to manage your house, or you wanted to manage your studies, please work on these skills. These skills are definitely going to take up with the ladder of your career, and you are going to achieve all your objectives very, very well. So that is what we have under the skill distribution at management level. Yes. From this, let us move on to the next topic now. Yes, students, any comments on this? Please write it in the comment box. Correct? And if you wanted to have any clarity also, you mention that. Otherwise, if you like this session of mine, please correct, you like the channel, correct, and you please share the channel to others. Okay? Yes. Let us move on to the next topic that we call it as role of manager. Very important. Now, a skill I told you. What is the skill? The meaning of skill is the ability what a manager should have. So, the 6 types of abilities a manager should have. Now, I'll explain you what is the role of manager. As a manager, what role he have to play. So, role, what is the meaning of role? I'll tell you. Role is the set of expectations of one behavior. The set of expectations of one behavior. What is that I am expecting from you? If you are my student, what is that I am expecting from you? You will be regular to the classes. You do all your assignments on time, and you be interacting in the class. Correct? And you add value to the class. This is your expected behavior. Correct? As the same way, if you are joined as marketing executive of my company, I expect you to achieve the sales target and to bring up the new sales lead and to increase my business. That is what I expect from you. That is what is called as role of manager. And this role of manager topic is given by Henry Mintzberg. Please underline all experts' name. If you are appearing for UGC NET or if you are appearing for IAS exam or KAS exam, and if you take management as your specialization, these are the questions they will ask in competitive exams. Correct? They'll ask you who gave the role of management. Correct? The whole of the who gave the role of manager, who described the role of manager? It is Henry Mintzberg, who conducted a survey, who did a wide research to understand the managerial role, and he identified the 10 managerial roles that a manager should have. All managers should play this role, and there are 10 roles. And these 10 managerial roles are grouped under 3 categories again. Please make a note of it. Henry Mintzberg says very clearly, managerial roles can be broadly classified into 3 categories. Correct? And there are 10 roles. And 10 roles we can put in 3 categories. I've drawn the diagram there based on Henry Mintzberg saying, I've drawn the diagram there. So role of manager, the first category is interpersonal, second is decisional, and third one is informational. So what is interpersonal? I told you, the managing the relationship with one another is called as interpersonal. So here he plays the 3 kind of roles. The first one is figurehead. Figurehead means as a boss. Right? Figurehead means as a boss. As a head of the institute, he is representing my organization. So how he behaves, the symbolic role played by him is called as figurehead role. What is leader role? I told you, leader is one who inspires the people to perform. You don't even tell them to do. If you ask them to do, then you are a manager. You don't tell. You just become a role model. And looking at you, people will start performing. That is called as leader. So leadership role, he should become a leader. That means he should become a role model to others. Then liaison. Liaison, as the name says, is a connecting point. If any government organization wanted to have some information about my company, they get connected to me and I'll be explaining these things to them. So I become a liaison officer from government to my company. There's a third type of interpersonal skill role a manager will play. So you have been appointed as a manager, you are expected to play these 3 roles: figurehead, leader, and liaison. Then comes second type of role, which we call it as decisional role. This is also very important, students, because I told you earlier also, 80% of time a manager spends in taking decisions. The decision could be a very small decision like buying stationery to my company or buying any supplies to my company, very small decision, to a decision of establishing a new brand or going global. That is also a decision. Decision can be a very minor one or it can be a very major one. But as a manager, I spend most of my time in taking decisions. So that is why decision making ability is very important here. And as a decisional, he'll be playing 4 roles here. The first role is entrepreneur role. Please make a note of it. You have heard about entrepreneur, I think, students. Who's an entrepreneur? The one who has business. The one who don't want to get employed in some company and earn salary and lead life happily. He's the one who's willing to take risk, who's willing to put his own money and do your job without earning anything till he starts earning. Have patience. He's an innovative person who takes risks and starts his business. He's called an entrepreneur. Trust me, a manager should be an entrepreneur. A manager just cannot be yes boss type and go on doing his job. He will not be successful one. As a manager, you should have an entrepreneur ability. That's very, very important because you play the role of entrepreneur here. The second one, disturbance handler. You must be knowing, children, wherever people are there, fights are common. All of you are with the friends, you go out for a picnic or you go for a movie, correct? Some comments you people will start, then suddenly the fight will start. So wherever people are there, it's very common to have some conflict, some fight. Quite common. That is why, as a manager also, when he's taking care of people, he should know very well how to settle the conflict. How to settle the conflict. So he plays the role of disturbance handler. Any issue is there, I will resolve. Don't worry. You are like my children, I'll take care of you. This is the role played by the manager. Then resource allocator. So beginning of my class, I am telling you, resources are scarce and managing resources is very important. So here the manager plays the role of resource allocator. Like I have 1000 rupees, I'll be allocating these rupees to marketing department, HR department, finance department, production department based upon their requirement. That is called resource allocator. He should be very good in allocating the resources. Then negotiator. So many times manager have to negotiate. I'm telling the sales manager, correct, have to negotiate with the employee while recruiting the people. He will ask 10,000 salary, you will offer him 5,000, then you negotiate and submit 8,000 settle. That is called negotiation. As a manager, you have so many vendors. You have to negotiate them for the price. So negotiator role is also a very important role, comes under decisional role categories. Then come the last type of role that we call it as informational role. What is informational role? Informational role, what manager does is, his job is monitoring the environment. For example, suddenly all of us have the COVID-19, we have seen the situation. Now also the managers are monitoring very clearly, is there any third wave which is going to happen? If it happens, what should be our plan? That is called monitoring. COVID-19 is one type of monitoring. Like that 1,000 type of monitoring a manager have to do. My customers are changing. What product they were using past 60 years, they don't want that product now. They want something else. So what is that? I have to monitor the environment continuously. So that role I have to play, that is called as monitoring. I have to monitor the environment. What is environment? The surroundings in which I am working is called as environment. I have to monitor it continuously. Then after getting the information, I should not sit quietly. I should know whom this information will helpful. I immediately pass on this information to some other people to whom it is required. That role is called as disseminator. Disseminator role of a manager is passing on information to the people who need the information. So he plays the role of disseminator. Monitor, create information. Disseminator, pass on information. Third one is spokesperson. You know, spokesperson means one who talks on behalf of the company. One who represents the company. A manager does that. A manager does that because company itself does not have any identity. The people, though company is having legal entity, but it can't speak on its own. Individual have to speak. So manager plays the role of spokesperson. So these are the 10 roles given by Henry Mintzberg under the 3 different categories: interpersonal, decisional, and informational. So a manager should have possessed this role in order to get success in the business. Yes, students. So that is what I have today. So let me tell you the topic, what we have discussed today, quickly. So we discussed about 2 important topics today. One is the skills of management, correct? Skills of a manager, what skills he should possess, and role of a manager, what role a manager have to play. Hope it is clear. Hope you are enjoying my class and you are enjoying my section. So please write your comments in the comment box, and don't forget to like the channel. And don't forget to share the channel to others. Please remember, you have to write comments, you have to like the channel, and you have to share the channel. And you have not subscribed, you have to subscribe my channel. By doing this, you will be supporting my channel and you will be encouraging me to come up with more sections like this, and make you better manager and make you better person in your career as well as in life. Okay, so that's all for today. Take care. See you in the next class. Take care. Bye.